watching the first half, that was as good as I know I've seen the Miami defense play in a long time. I mean, talk about the way they came out. And
I think for 3 games in a row, we've done a good job of taking away the other team's run game, and where our run defense had been maybe hot and cold earlier in the year. I think the guys are really getting the sense of understanding what they like to do best, taking the back. The back we really had a lot of respect for. And then once that happens, now it's really up to the quarterback to have to try and beat you one-dimensionally. And I thought we did a nice job of that. Credit to NC State, certainly as we thought they would. They presented some different problems for us. In the second half, we made a couple mistakes, let them off the hook on a couple third downs. That was disappointing. I'll say that's a much having had the ability to play NC State in the bowl game last year and watching them from field level now in a span of 9 months, I feel like that's a much improved NC State football team. I thought they really did a nice job. I thought they've done a nice job all year of really building off of what they had done a year ago. So we knew it'd be a big challenge. But one thing is really neat is winning on the road in conference, and the fact that we've done that now on 3 times is something that we're going to take a lot of pride in going forward.
Danny, you look at 0 sacks, and it's not typical of you guys. What did you see from there? Were you guys close on them?
We always say sacks. A lot of times the quarterback decides whether he gets sacked or not. And he did a nice job of just getting rid of it, throwing it away at times. But that's why really what we talk about is harassing the quarterback, get him uncomfortable. I think he was 9 for 22 at halftime, so we hadn't sacked him, but he was getting rid of the ball. And people also, obviously, they know that it's important when you play us to not allow the negative play, to keep them on schedule. So I thought they did a nice job early on of just trying to, hey, if it's not there, throw it away. But we still felt like we had him a little bit on the run and tried to keep him off his rhythm, which he got a little bit there in the middle part of the second half, and then but we were able to make the stops in the red zone. I still think 2 weeks in a row, or really, NC State and Pitt, Virginia, red zone stops, Malik's interception, and we almost had the other one, which would have been a phenomenal play. If you don't give up big plays, it's hard to score on. We made a good offensive football team have to drive the ball, drive, and a lot of times it's hard to execute for 14, 16 straight plays in a row. And we take a lot of pride in our red zone touchdown percentage.
Malik's a freshman. He's gone from playing a couple plays a game to now playing almost every single play for you. Talk a little bit about that, how it's happened.
It's remarkable. It's amazing. And at multiple positions. Because really in our third down package, he goes and plays our nickel, which there's a whole different learning process involved with that. I think Mike Rump's done an unbelievable job of getting him game ready, and getting the urgency of playing. You're at a position where you can't make mistakes. A guy's going to catch a ball on you. That's going to happen, but you got to tackle it. Again, I thought our secondary tackled the ball very well today, and so for a guy like Malik to be thrust into that role, and as we do with our standard, we don't expect a drop off no matter who plays. It's a lot of credit to who he is as a young man.
Maybe we just look back at this season overall, put it in perspective. First year, coaching staff, knowing what they've done defensively the last couple of years, you shake your head like, wow, this is pretty amazing.
We all start at 0-0, and we all start on the same level. And all we've talked about from spring through August and through the season is find a way to get better. Doesn't matter where we started, find a way to get better. And we talked about this being a football team that would improve as the season has gone on, which I think it has. And we talked about a team that we felt like we would be sad when the season ended, as if we wanted to play more games. And I feel that with our guys right now, they're really coming, into the understanding of what we want as a program, and like I said, our eyes are beyond this season. I think Coach Rick's trying to build something here that's sustainable, that can last for a long time.
One other thing I wanted to ask you, about Cornelver. He just seems to get better every game. He's going into his final game. A few words you could say about him.
Yeah, Corn has been phenomenal all year. Your seniors have to play their best ball for you to have a good football team, which Corn has really elevated his play as the years gone on and getting better week in and week out in all the ways that you can be defined as a corner in terms of block disruption, tackling, not to mention covering his man. People are aware of him now. He's not getting a lot of action his way in the throw game, which makes sense. But in terms of being a guy and being a leader, he's someone that we really look up to. It's really important that we put we put on a show for those guys. Our younger guys put on a show for those guys this following Saturday against Duke, and really send those guys out. The last time in that stadium, send them out on a positive note.
All right, last question, guys.
What was it kind of like watching that bobbled, that play over there, the almost interception?
You know what's amazing about that is we actually have talked about and coached the idea of batting in red zone, playing through the hands, right? And the idea of getting interceptions by batting the ball back and someone else comes. So to see it happen, that was the first thought on our headsets was like, holy cow, it worked out just like we practiced. And, the inch, maybe the chalk was a little bit crooked right there, but phenomenal play, again, by two seniors, right? Carter and Jenkins. So those are the type of plays that you'll need. Turnovers on the road in conference has been telling. Turnovers overall the last 3 games, and they've all come in the second half, which allowed us to create separation on the scoreboard.
All right,
Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone. All right.